Light, love, and healing, people. Welcome back. Today we are going to dive into the very intriguing topic of the human energy field and the Arushats, right, which are the chakras. We just want to get in the habit again of using some ancestral DNA familiar language. Okay. So the concept of energy healing has been recognized and studied for thousands of years in various cultures all around the world. And in this lecture, we will explore what the human energy field is, the role of the Arusha chakras within this energy system, and their significance in our overall well-being. Okay, understand this is a an introduction to it, right? We're going to deal more deeply with this as we go on. So if you feel like there's some questions that you have that aren't being answered, trust me, we're going to get to that later on. But we have to do this in an orderly fashion so it makes sense. Okay. So first, let's define what the human energy field is. The human energy field, also known as the aura, we've heard the term aura, is the subtle energy field that surrounds and permeates our physical bodies. It consists of multiple layers that interconnect and interact with one another. And this interaction and interconnection forms a dynamic energetic system. Okay. Now, the energy field is composed of several bodies. So let's talk about them first. The etheric body, which is the first layer, and it is closest to the body, closest to the physical body, and it represents the life force energy that sustains our physical form. I'll say that again. It is the layer closest to our physical body, and it represents the life force energy that sustains our physical form. And then we have the emotional body, which is the layer associated with our emotions, thoughts, and feelings. It reflects the vibrational state of our emotional well-being. Okay. And then we have the mental body. This layer is connected to our intellect, our thoughts, and our mental processes. It influences our mental and cognitive states. And then we have the spiritual body. And that layer connects us to our higher self, the divine and the spiritual realms, right? It relates to our purpose, our spiritual growth, and connection to the universal consciousness, right? The connection to all things bigger than ourselves. Okay. Woo, this is gonna be the fun part because some of y'all ain't ready for this. Most of us have not been introduced to this. This changed my whole life. Okay, so let's talk about the Arushats or the chakras, right? Listen, I'm going to say Arushats or Arushat chakras as much as possible because I want us to reclaim our language. And people ask me why. And the best example I can give of why this is important is it's kind of like if you grow up with somebody and you know them by Pookie, right? And then you meet somebody else who also know this person, but this person is no longer a kid. They grew up, they moved away, they wanted to be called by their real name. So now they're going by Clarence, right? And you have Clarence is a common friend to somebody else. And they're like, hey, you know Clarence? And you're like, nah, I don't know a Clarence. They're like, Clarence, he does this, he does that, and you just like, I don't know a Clarence. I don't know. And all this description they're given sounds just like Pookie, but you don't know Clarence. You don't know Clarence. And then at some point in the conversation, you're like, oh, you talking about Pookie. Yeah, I know Pookie. It's that type of now it all makes sense. Because I know it. I know it. Even if we don't know it uh, mentally, we know it on a DNA level, right? There is a familiarity there that will speak and resonate with our spirits. So that's my little soapbox for the day. Okay, so let's talk about these Arushats. So So the definition of the Arushats or the chakras are spinning wheels of or vortexes of energy, right? And it's located along the central channel of the human energy field, up and down the spine, and through the legs to the feet. They act as energetic gateways that facilitate the flow of life force energy throughout our bodies. In the African or Alkebulan tradition, there are 13 main Arushats, not 7. 13. See, some of those other cultures have taught us that there are 7 chakras, but there are actually 13 energy centers or Arushats up along the spine. So let's meet these different Arushats and also name them, because again, language is important. Now, it doesn't change a lot except for it resonates on a deeper level. Okay, so let's start at the bottom. We have the Geb Arushat. And in other traditions, they don't have this one, so there's not a corresponding chakra I can give you. It is located underneath the feet, and it represents being grounded. It is the unseen that cannot be attacked. There's nothing you can do to attack that, right? It says, I am protected. The Geb Arushat says, I am protected. Okay. Again, it's underneath our feet. It connects us to the earth, to Mother Earth. Okay. Then you go up a little bit and we have the Set Arushat. Again, there's no chakra for this one. So we'll call it Set. It's located at the ankles and it represents our physical selves, right? It represents our physical selves being attached to our spiritual selves. Okay. It says, I am connected. I am connected. Okay. Then we go up the body to the root chakra. They call it the root chakra. We call it the Asur Arushat. Okay. So it's Asur in the Kemetic tradition, and with the 7 African powers, the Orishas, it's the Shango, right? So anytime you hear anything about the root, think about that's what they're talking about. It's located at the base of the spine, and the dot is kind of low on this drawing, but just imagine it's right at the behind crack. I put it there so that it wouldn't interfere with the other ones, okay? It's located at the base of the spine. It represents stability in the physical world. Stability in the physical world. And it says, I am. I am. Okay. Then we go up to the sacral chakra or sacral chakra, which we call the sacred Arushat in the Kemetic tradition. But in some of the Orishas and the deities, it might be Anubis or Yemaya. Okay. I call it the sacred Arushat more than anything. I love the word sacred. It just captures everything for me. It is located at the lower abdomen. It relates to creativity, sexuality, and emotional well-being. It says, I feel. I feel. Okay. Then we go up a little bit to the solar plexus, which is located in the upper abdomen. The solar plexus chakra correlates with the Ra Arushat. It governs personal power, self-esteem, and willpower. So it says, I do. I do. Now, let's talk about the heart chakras or the heart Arushats, because in other traditions, there's only one heart chakra. In the Kemetic tradition, there are 3 heart Arushats. They are Hathor, Mayat, and Tahuti. Hathor, Mayat, and Tahuti. They are situated in areas around the heart in the center of the chest. It embodies love, compassion, and emotional balance. Right? More specifically, the first heart Arushat says, I love. Then Hathor says, I accept. And then Mayat says, I serve. Okay. I love, I accept, I serve. That's the language of all three Heart Arushats. Okay. All right. Then we go up to the throat chakra, or what we call the Tahuti Arushat, which is positioned at the throat region. It governs communication, self-expression, and authentic voice. It says, I speak. I speak. Okay. Then above the throat chakra, there's another one that's not represented in other traditions. It's called the Kepara Arushat. And it is positioned around the nose and the mouth. And it is the manifesting chakra. Okay. It represents the ability to receive insight before speaking. To receive insight before speaking. It says, I think. Okay. And then above that is what we call the first eye. They call it the third eye. We call it the first eye. It is located between the eyebrows. It represents intuition, inner wisdom, and higher perception. It says, I see. I see. And then above that is the Amen Ra Arushat. There's no chakra represented in other traditions. It's situated at the top of the head. It symbolizes knowing, not believing, knowing in a higher power and being able to access that knowing. It says, I know. I know. And then the Nut Arushat, which is above that. Other traditions call it the crown chakra. It is situated above the head in the energetic space that surrounds the body. It symbolizes a spiritual connection, higher consciousness, and divine awareness. It says, I connect. I connect. Just like the Set Arushat says, I am connected, because it's holistic. They come back. It's full circle. It's not just straight up and down. Okay. We are holistic. So everything connects. So that Set chakra, the energy comes back up and around and connects to that Set Arushat. Okay. We have some of these charts available. If you want to get one, let me know. Okay. Oh, let me go back. I'm sorry. I'm rushing through it. Okay, so those are the 13 Arushats. So let's talk about the function and imbalances of these Arushats. And we're going to start with energy flow. So when the chakras are balanced and functioning optimally, life force energy flows freely through the energy field, promoting vitality and well-being. Imbalances and blockages can manifest in the body if this energy is not flowing freely. And these imbalances in the Arushats chakras can manifest as physical, emotional, or spiritual issues. These blockages hinder the smooth flow of energy and can lead, most definitely, to ailments or disharmony in various aspects of life. So even if you don't have a physical issue, you might have some other blockages that create anger or jealousy or greed or whatever. You get the point. So it's important that we balance and heal the chakras, right? Balancing and healing is important. So you're going to learn how to do Arushat assessments, Arushat chakra assessments, and using various techniques such as meditation, energy scanning, or working with a practitioner, which is going to be you. You can identify imbalances in the Arushats. Okay. And then meditation and visualization, sound healing, energy healing. So when we talk about meditation and visualization as a healing practice, all it is using focused attention and visualization, and that will allow you to cleanse, balance, and energize the Arushats. Sound healing, which I love, is the use of specific sounds or mantras that can resonate with and harmonize the Arushats, because everything is energy and everything vibrates at a certain level. So if you find other things that vibrate with the frequency it's supposed to vibrate on, it has to connect. Okay. And then we have other energy healing modalities like Reiki, crystal healing, which I love, acupuncture or acupressure, that can all help to support and restore the flow of energy and remove blockages, which we're going to learn about. You're going to learn about throughout this course. I have been talking too much today. Can't get my words out. Okay. So in conclusion, the human energy field and the Arushat chakras are integral parts of our being, and they connect our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual dimensions. And once we understand how to work with these energy systems, it can bring profound benefits to our overall well-being. So, I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you recognize the significance of the human energy field and the Arushats. And together on this journey, we're going to embark on self-discovery, self-balancing, and self-healing. So let's get this party started.